Most men believe attraction hinges on physical touch, financial success, or good looks. But women rarely articulate a crucial secret. The real key lies in her mind. It's not your actions, but the carefully chosen words woven into a conversation, the subtle suggestions dropped when she least expects them. A single, perfectly timed sentence, delivered with just the right inflection, can send her heart racing, her cheeks flushing, her mind spinning with persistent, intriguing thoughts. And she won't even consciously know why. Today, I'll reveal precisely the phrases to use mid-conversation to instantly ignite her interest. Master these, and you'll transcend the status of just another guy, becoming the man she can't stop thinking about. First, you're making it very hard for me to behave right now. Most men miss a crucial point. Attraction isn't solely a bedroom pursuit. It's cultivated in the quiet spaces between words, the playful escalation of unspoken tension where desire is implied, not explicitly stated. This phrase, "You're making it very hard for me to behave right now," is incredibly powerful. It ignites her interest without any physical contact. Its effectiveness lies in its threefold impact. It's unexpected, highly suggestive, and plants an erotic seed in her mind while simultaneously asserting your control. Picture this. She's casually discussing her workday, a story about friends, something utterly unremarkable. You listen intently, maintain eye contact, smile genuinely. Then, instead of a joke or a competitive retort, subtly lower your voice and deliver the phrase. The effect is immediate. Her mind is jolted. The conversational flow is disrupted. Suddenly, she's not just telling a story. She is the story. Her thoughts race. What does he mean? What is he thinking about me? What would he do if he let go of his self-control? You haven't touched her. You haven't explicitly described anything. Yet, her imagination fills the void. An imagination always more potent than any direct statement. This is the psychological aspect at play. Women are far more easily aroused by suggestion than by blunt pronouncements. Saying, "You're sexy," is commonplace and lacks impact. Saying, "You're making it hard for me to behave," however, isn't just a compliment. It reveals that she holds power over you in that exact moment. Women are captivated by the idea of being desired in a way that challenges your self-control. Crucially, delivery is paramount. Deliver the line with calm confidence, a slight smirk, unwavering eye contact, a steady tone of voice. Avoid nervous laughter, rushing your words, or unnecessary explanations. The pause after the line is as significant as the line itself. Let the silence hang in the air. Allow her to luxuriate in the tension. Let her ponder the true meaning. This is what makes it compelling, addictive. Consider the subtext. You aren't saying, "I want you now," which can sound desperate. Instead, you're conveying, "You're affecting me." You're eliciting a reaction I usually control. This is erotic. It's a display of psychological power. Women desire men who are disciplined and maintain their composure. When you demonstrate that she's the one person capable of disrupting that composure, it makes her feel uniquely powerful, fostering a desire for your attention. This phrase also subverts the typical dynamic. Many men position themselves below women in conversation, constantly pursuing, complimenting, striving to impress. This phrase, however, isn't a plea for validation. It's a statement of fact. You aren't seeking permission or approval. You're calmly stating her effect on you within your established framework on your terms. This confidence is undeniably attractive. The beauty of this phrase lies in its versatility. It can be used virtually anywhere, at dinner, a casual gathering, even mid-laughter. Its power lies in injecting tension into ordinary interactions, transforming casual conversation into a form of subtle foreplay. Once she hears it, she won't soon forget it, as it ignites her imagination. So, the next time you're with her, avoid overthinking. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Wait for her to be mid-sentence. Lean in slightly. Offer that half smile and deliver the line with deliberate control. Observe her reaction, the widening eyes, the flushed cheeks, the slightly stammered words. This is the power of suggestion. This is how you arouse her mid-conversation without ever losing your composure. The truth is, women don't initially become addicted to your touch. They become addicted to the feelings you evoke when you choose not to touch them. Second, I probably shouldn't say what I'm thinking right now. Some phrases explicitly state your desires. Others ignite curiosity. A curiosity always trumps clarity. That's why the line, "I probably shouldn't say what I'm thinking right now," resonates far more deeply than any compliment or direct statement. Women are captivated by mystery. Their attraction isn't driven by directness in the same way men's is. Men see and desire. Women feel and imagine. Therefore, when you use this line mid-conversation, you aren't offering a conclusion. You're creating a mental loop she can't help but fill with her own fantasies. Imagine the scene. She's sharing a story, perhaps laughing, perhaps leaning in close. You let a subtle smirk play on your lips, hold her gaze for a moment, and then, as if to yourself, murmur the line. Her mind momentarily freezes. Her words falter. The question explodes within her. What is he thinking? She senses something charged, something you're withholding. The very act of your self-restraint makes it even more alluring, as restraint sets the desired man apart from those easily forgotten. Psychologically, this phrase works because it combines forbidden desire with control. You're signaling that you're experiencing intense, likely sexual thoughts, but you're not blurting them out. You're not desperate to reveal them. You're holding them back, savoring them, maintaining calm composure. This tension fuels her interest, her attraction. The brilliance lies in the absence of explanation. If she teases you, asking, "What are you thinking?" you can smirk and reply, "Exactly what I shouldn't be." If she presses further, deflect with playful mystery. The goal isn't to provide answers, it's to allow her imagination to do the work, as her imagination will always conjure something far more captivating than anything you could explicitly say. Consider the contrast between a man who says, "You're so hot," and one who leans in, eyes steady, and murmurs, "I probably shouldn't say what I'm thinking right now." The former gives himself away. He's predictable, just like every other man, showering her with obvious compliments. The latter is intriguing. He makes her pursue the thoughts in his head. He makes her work to decipher him. Women are drawn to men they can't fully understand. The Stoics understood this principle, albeit in a different context. Mastery is demonstrated not through indulgence but through restraint. A man who controls his impulses, who doesn't immediately divulge everything, commands respect. And in attraction, this restraint doesn't just earn respect, it creates desire. Here's how to use it. Wait for a moment when the energy between you is light, playful, perhaps even flirtatious. Don't overplan. Let the line seem to slip out unintentionally. Smile, not a goofy grin, but a slow, knowing smirk. Lower your voice slightly and let the words hang in the air. Then stop. Don't explain. Don't laugh nervously. Don't rush to fill the silence. Let her lean in. Let her fidget. Let her press you. That silence is the spark. That tension is where the attraction begins. Women aren't aroused by hearing every detail of your desire. They're aroused by sensing it, chasing it, being drawn into its mystery. This line provides just enough information to let her know she affects you, but not enough to satisfy her curiosity. That gap is what she'll obsess over. By night's end, she'll be replaying it in her head. What was he thinking? What was he holding back? Each time she considers it, you embed yourself more deeply in her mind without any physical contact. Real seduction isn't about saying everything, it's about saying just enough to let her imagine the rest. Third, You have no idea what you do to me. Certain phrases don't just flatter, they jolt a woman, bypassing logic and sending a physical current through her. You have no idea what you do to me is one such phrase. Its power lies in its blend of vulnerability and control, desire and restraint. When delivered mid-casual conversation, it sends her nervous system into overdrive. This phrase's effectiveness stems from the fact that most men either overstate or completely suppress their attraction. They either make blunt statements like, "You're so hot," which is flat and predictable, or they remain silent, hoping she'll figure it out. This phrase, however, is different. It's not a compliment, it's a confession. It reveals that she's affecting you more than she realizes, making her feel dangerously powerful. Imagine the scene. She's laughing, telling a story, or playfully teasing you. Let her finish. Hold her gaze. Then, in a slightly lower, slower tone, murmur the line. Instantly, the atmosphere shifts. Her smile transforms into curiosity. Her body leans closer. Her imagination ignites. What do you mean? What exactly is she doing to you? The ambiguity forces her to fill in the blanks, and her mind will inevitably create a far more erotic image than any you could describe. Psychologically, this phrase works because it communicates impact without desperation. You're not pleading, "Please like me," or "I can't live without you." You're stating that your presence is affecting you, and you're a man enough to admit it. This balance between honesty and control is rare. Most men either reveal too much, too soon, or hide everything out of fear. This phrase perfectly occupies the middle ground. Tone is crucial. Delivered too loudly or quickly, it loses its power. It must be soft, almost unintentional, a slight pause beforehand, a half smile afterward. Delivered correctly, it feels like a raw, unfiltered thought that has slipped out. Women are drawn to these unguarded moments of truth. There's also an undercurrent of dominance. By saying, "You have no idea what you do to me," you're not placing her above you. You're portraying her effect on you as profound, almost dangerous. It implies an intensity you're holding back, a power you're choosing to restrain. This makes her crave the moment when that restraint might finally break. The secret is this: women are far more aroused by anticipation than by action. Neuroscience demonstrates that dopamine surges during suspense, not release. This line creates that suspense. It conveys, "I'm holding something back, and if you knew, you couldn't handle it." That's the hook. That's what makes her want more. Visualize her reaction: nervous laughter, hair twirling, perhaps a questioning what. Don't answer directly. Simply smirk, maintain eye contact, and let the silence hang. The less you reveal, the more her imagination will work. By night's end, she'll be replaying your words. This is the type of phrase that embeds itself in her subconscious, making her wonder, what effect do I truly have on him? What's going through his head when he looks at me? This curiosity is addictive. It transforms ordinary conversations into foreplay. You don't need to touch her to arouse her. You simply need to let her feel the weight of your restraint, the intensity you maintain behind calm words. This phrase is the perfect vehicle for that energy. The moment she hears it, she realizes something rarely felt. Her presence alone is enough to unravel a man who doesn't unravel for anyone else. If you're ready to master the hidden psychology of attraction, the aspects women hope you'll never discover, subscribe now. Leave a comment with the word heat if you've ever seen a woman blush, stumble, or lose her words due to something subtle you said. From now on, you won't merely talk to women, you'll transform every conversation into seduction.